Hello, good people of YouTube, Mountbatten here, and today I am going to be talking about the Mainz, as you can tell from the title of this video. And something happened to her that I didn't even know this happened until a couple of days ago, and I do apologize for taking me this long to get a video out about it. Had a couple other videos in the pipe works, and then I really wanted to make this video, so this one may get pushed up in the release schedule, but anyway. So the Mainz, for those of you that don't know, was a newly released Tier VIII Premium German light cruiser. It was a mix of light and heavy cruiser. It's a very good ship. You can tell from my first impressions of video and then my follow-up second impressions of video that I do like this ship. It's a fun ship to play, and which is weird for me saying that because it is an HE spammy ship, and I normally don't like HE spammy ships, but the Mainz just, I don't know, I guess the combination of light and heavy cruiser features, it's really comfortable to play for one. And it is pretty much Prince Eugen with 150mm guns instead of her normal guns. And there is some armor differences here and there. The bow's a little bit thinner, so is the stern. But still, it's a very comfortable ship to play. The velocity of the guns is very high, and it makes it comfortable as far as aiming goes, because you don't have to aim things several ship lengths instead, like you have to do if you're playing the American cruisers. And it's got torpedoes, although I barely ever use them. Really good chance of starting a fire. You don't need to take IFHE on it because it's German HE, and the shells can already pin 38 millimeters of armor, so you're good to go there. And it's also a pretty well balanced ship. It does have a hipper hull with 42,000 hit points, but you don't get any repair party or anything like that. So while it is an HE spammer, it is an HE spammer that you can easily deal with if you can aim very well. But anyway, so it's a very good ship and a good German premium ship. But I think it was 2 days after she was released, she was removed from the store. And I mean, wow, that's fast. That's really fast. Yeah. Premium ships normally stay in the store for around 3 months if they're going to be cycled in and out, because Wargaming is kind of like Netflix, where they cycle in premium ships every now and then. But most ships are on the store for at least 3 months, if not longer. And I mean, that makes sense. They put all this money and time into developing these premium ships. They obviously want to sell them. But Mainz, I don't know. Actually, I'm sorry, it wasn't a couple of days. I think it was like a week. It was, I think, 5 or 4 days. I was thinking about the Graf Zeppelin. Graf Zeppelin, I think she holds the record for quickest ship removed from the premium store, because that ship was out for, I think, like 40 hours, and then they pulled it. So the Mainz was on the store for around a week-ish, and she got removed. Now, that's very strange, because the ship was very well received by the community, because it's a good ship. It's an easy ship to play. It's balanced. It's fine. It was a fine ship, and then poop, gone. And there's one really big theory around this, and that's because of a certain cruiser called the Piotr Bagration, which is a Tier VIII Soviet cruiser that has very much the same concept of Mainz, where it has a light cruiser, has the features of a light cruiser and a heavy cruiser. And a couple of days after Mainz was released, and the theory goes that since Mainz is so good, Bagration got these changes on April 3rd. So the base stats of the Piotr, or Bagration, I guess we can call it Bagration because there's a couple of the Piotrs on the way. She has 42,000 hit points, just like the Mainz. She has 25mm of plating, just like the Mainz. Now, her main battery guns, instead of having 12 150mm guns like the Mainz, she has 3x3 180mm guns, so a bit bigger guns, getting more into the heavier cruiser territory there. Firing range of 18.5 kilometers, Sigma of 2.0. Now her HE isn't that great, actually, from what we've seen from testing and such. This is more of an AP cruiser. So HE shell damage, maximum damage is 2500. Chance to cause a fire, 13% per shell, with an initial HE shell velocity of 920 meters a second, which is faster than Mainz. AP shell, 4500. Maximum AP shell damage, initial velocity of 930 meters a second, with a reload time of 11 seconds. Fairly long reload time. Mainz has a reload time of just 6 seconds, so again, leaning more toward heavy cruiser. And a 180 turn time of 22.5 seconds. And she has 2x5 torpedo tubes, maximum damage of 14,400, range of 8 kilometers, that's longer than Mainz, and a speed of 55 knots, so forth and so on. In her initial setup, she has OKAA. Now, what did happen was that was an updated stats list. Before then, her main battery had a reload time, and this is before the April 3rd buff. Her main battery had a reload time of 12.5 seconds, so it was 13 seconds. And her range was increased from 18 kilometers to 18.5 kilometers, and her AA was buffed. And she also got access to the repair party consumable. So you have a Tier 8 light/heavy cruiser with a repair party consumable. Now that's not unheard of at Tier 8, because you do have the Prince of Oregon, which is a heavy cruiser that has a repair party. So again, is this why Mainz was removed? Because it's clear that this ship was good and popular, so much so that when the Bagration comes out, which is a somewhat similar type of cruiser, even though it's more of an AP ship, and guys, the AP on this ship is nuts. It has very, very, very strong AP. It's got that, you know, the amazing penetration, but it has a short fuse, which means it's going to pin a lot of stuff, and it's not going to overpin, just like the Stalingrad and the upcoming Petropavlovsk and the Moskva. So it's got that type of pinning power. It's 180 guns. It has the pinning power of guns that are much larger than it, and it's not going to overpin as much either, especially since they're only 180 millimeters. So that's theory one, and probably what a lot of people believe. So I did some digging, and what I found out was that apparently, according to Wargaming, Mainz was always only going to be on sale for 4 or 5 days, because they put on their website that the Mainz bundle was on sale from, I think, April whatever till April whatever, and that sale was only going to last those couple of days, or that week, or however long it was. It wasn't a long time. And according to them, that this was always the plan. And people in the forums have been asking, well, what happened to Mainz? And the community manager answered, well, for more information, look here. And it was the sale dates. As in like it was on sale for a discounted price. And it's supposedly it's returning very soon, trademark. So Mainz is, according to Wargaming, coming back very soon. It's been almost a week since it's been removed, and I would assume within a couple of weeks will be very soon. Maybe they're talking about 9.4. Now, you can look at this one or two ways. One, they really did remove it because the Bagration, maybe it's coming out soon, maybe it's coming out at the start of 9.4, and they didn't want everyone to just be stuck on the Mainz when they're releasing this new premium ship. So they removed it, and the sale story is just their cover-up saying, oh yeah, we always planned it to just go on early access for a discounted price, and then we're going to remove it and then reintroduce it at a later time. I haven't seen that happen before. I've seen ships go on early access, like the Massachusetts. Massachusetts went on sale, like I think like a day or two early for people who had premium accounts, and then she was released like 2 days later for everybody else, which is a premium ship. You still got to pay for it either way, so you know that was a bit strange. But introducing a ship early on, like a week or two early, putting it on sale for 2 days, pulling it, and then releasing it very soon right after, that doesn't make much sense sale-wise to me, because it was a good ship. It was well received by the community. I'm sure a lot of people were planning on getting it. So why would you do that? Doesn't make any sense. And then, of course, seeing the Bagration, which again is pretty similar type of concept. Did they do it because, well, they want to sell the Bagration and they want it to do well? Which, again, it doesn't really make any sense because they're both premium ships. The people that play this game, they're pretty dedicated people, and they're going to buy, what they're going to buy either way. And lots of people that buy premium ships are just collectors, and they want to buy every ship in the game. That's probably Wargaming's most dedicated audience. Those are the people that grinded out the Puerto Rico, or paid for the Puerto Rico. So, according to Wargaming, it was all planned, and it's got removed, and it's going to come back out again. If that really was the plan of, we're going to put it on early access on sale with all these bundles for a discounted price, fine, that's their business model, that's fine. But then, removing it, introducing it in at a later time, it's like, no, well, why wouldn't you just have it go on sale for the first couple of days that it's out, and then change the prices to the regular price? That makes perfect sense. Hey, you want people to buy the ship, you offer it up on a discounted price, people are going to buy it, you make more money that way because, profit through volume. You can sell something at a much lower price. If you sell more of it, you'll make profit. And then, just make it the regular price after the week's up. That makes sense. So either they really are trying to, push the Bagration out, which I hadn't even heard of the ship until this happened, or they just have a very bad communication problem. Because if you look at the article that they linked to in the forums, it does say the Mainz will be available for sale from this date to this date at this price. So I'm not sure if it's just a language barrier between the whoever makes these decisions over in St. Petersburg, or what. Because when you look at the forum post, look at what they say, then you look at the dates, you're like, oh, that's what they meant? If that's true, then they kind of need to clarify this when they make these announcements and say, for example, Mainz will be available from, I'm just going to make up a date, from April 1st through April 2nd at this price, and then will return at a later time. That would have been a lot clearer then. The ship will be available at a discounted price from this date to this date. It makes it sound like, it's going to be on sale for these couple of days, and then it's going to be the normal price. So that's what's going on with the Mainz. So it's either a communication error, or if you believe the conspiracy theory, then yes, they have removed it because of the Bagration. And given what's gone on with a lot of Soviet ships lately, I really don't know which one to believe myself. So that's what happened with the Mainz. It's a very good ship. If it comes back on sale, I would recommend getting it. Well, it's supposed to come back on sale very soon, so we'll see what happens there. But when it does come back out, I would recommend you guys pick it up. It's a great ship. The Bagration, we'll see what happens with that thing. It's still work in progress as far as I know, so we'll see with that. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the video, please drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. We are on our way to 10,000 subscribers. We just passed 9,500, and I cannot thank you guys enough for that. Hope you're having a great Wednesday. Hope you're staying healthy and away from everybody like you're supposed to be doing. And hope to catch you guys in the next one.